Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, live on WBON TV Channel 9 and on radio at V99.3, Sports Radio 103.5 and Y92.5. Support your favorite local teams and enjoy the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Also brought to you by Bishop Small Engine Repair, the law offices of Patrick O'Neill, Nuevo Vallarta, and Aero Auto Glass. Now let's go live to your host, Michael Watkins and Samantha Burford.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome into another exciting episode of the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. It's been a minute, Samantha, a couple of weeks off. We had district baseball and softball, and then we had Memorial Day last Monday, and I'm back here on the show tonight. Always exciting as we begin a summer series with the EKU football team. We've got three.
This is series what?
Yeah.
How many years?
I think this is the fourth year in a row we've
year?
done this. Yes, we've had, I remember starting it back with Matthew Jackson and Parker McKinney back in the day. We've had,
true.
last year getting to know some of these guys. We've got some repeat guys on with us this year, which is good. We can kind of talk about how things have changed for them in the last year. We've got, I think he said his nickname was Big Baby. Is that right? You said Big Baby, right? Was your nickname, Gabe? Right? Is that what he said? I can't remember what he said. But we got Gabe Fletcher, Jeremiah Bailey, and Bradley Gurley here with us, some of the defensive linemen for the EKU football team, and
they're big.
They are, but here they're nice guys though. They're just
big.
hanging out with us. They're being nice, and we're kind of giving Gabe a hard time.
They've been seated the whole time I've been here, and I
still
know
bigger
when
than
they
you.
stand up.
Who was it that you? I think it was Josiah. Josiah Azerum.
We have a picture of me.
Yeah, he was a little bit bigger than you. A little bit bigger than you.
I think I could have been on your shoulders, and he still was bigger.
He kind of took both of us by surprise with how
really
big
did.
he was.
But it's football.
It is. We're right around the corner.
Practice time.
It is. And you guys, we'll start with Jeremiah. You got the mic here. Just talk about what you guys are doing right now. We've already had spring practice, had the spring game and everything, and now we're right now you guys are kind of going through a camp with the younger kids that are out there right now on the field. So talk about that and kind of what you guys are doing outside of that as you prepare for the upcoming season.
We just been having lifts and meetings. So, we'll have meetings at 9 in the morning, just going over stuff with, the people that are new, getting them into the playbook, making sure they understand everything. And it's kind of a refresher for the old guys because, we've been here, been here for a little minute. So we kind of know everything like the back of our hand. So just helping Coach LeBlanc out, making sure the younger guys and the new transfers understand the defense and what we're supposed to do, when we're supposed to do it, and how we're supposed to do it. And then other than that, just workouts, lifting, running. And we did something new this year. Instead of lifting with just the O-line, the D-line, and the rest of your position group, both sides of the ball, we're lifting with the whole defense and the whole offense. So, we built that camaraderie with the team early, especially in the weight room, and built that mental toughness. And
Put that back up there for me a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, building that mental and physical toughness early, and then having our OTA practices at the practice field after, just to walk through everything that we talked about for the day.
Well, that is a good idea because you've got so many transfers,
well,
so many freshmen
in this
that
day
come
and
in.
age, yeah.
You got to get to know everybody.
Right.
So I think that's, I applaud them for doing that, really getting to know your team.
And two, on defense, because you guys got to know your position. Sometimes you got to know what everybody else is doing, too, to make sure you're in the right spot on a particular call. And right now, you guys aren't really putting that type of stuff in, but just kind of knowing what another play. And you guys are talking about, you guys have already got a good chemistry and good relationship.
The old guys.
But some of the newer guys what are you all doing as you maybe talk to some of these younger guys or the newer faces that are coming in? Have you taken them out to eat, taken them to some of the hot spots in Richmond to kind of showcase what the city can offer?
I mean, we've done all that. When they come for their official visits, we show them around. After they go with the coaches and their family and stuff, they are allowed to go with the players for the rest of the night and be back at a certain time. So we'll take them around, show them stuff, and show them the city and what we got to offer here. But right now, it's just week one, or we're going into week two now. It's starting today, but it's just week one. So right now, we're just focused on getting everybody acclimated to the system and making sure everybody's comfortable where they're at and where they're staying at. Because some guys are on campus, some guys are off campus, and so later in the summer, that's when all that stuff will pick up, where we start going out with them and taking them out to places and doing team dinners and all that.
Where's the number one place you take them to? It's a one spot that everybody kind of goes to.
It just depends on whatever.
The temperature
I'm
outside,
guessing
which has
Buffalo
been.
Wild Wings.
I don't know. Is Jigwater still a thing? Does anybody go to Jigwater?
Yeah.
That used to be a thing when I was in school. You were there 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, I was at Jigwater 2 weeks ago. Everybody was there.
They said somebody was running around the Speedo. Was that you?
Nah,
No, that wasn't
me.
you.
Nah, it was probably my dog. I had my dog.
Okay,
out
you
there.
did. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. But so what's the so what do you guys like to do whenever you're out and about, just like outside of practice? What do you guys do to kind of pass the time by?
All right, so technically we're all lame over here. So we go from practice, we go home, and we take a shower, and we all play in this NCAA college football league.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Right now, this year, I beat him, and we had a good game last night, but
Who won?
we're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
We're not going to talk about who
Jeremiah.
won.
All right.
But we're going to say we just like to hang out with each other, play the game. We probably go out to eat when we get our checks. Like, we spend that's what they call us, yeah.
So when you guys are playing you said it was a league that you guys are in. So
Yeah,
talk
that's
about
what
that.
I'm wondering.
Is
What
it
kind
like
of league?
is it just the defensive line group has its own league, or is it the whole team?
It's with whoever.
Okay.
We got guys from last year like D-Bake, all of them in the league, just playing every day. Whenever we get the time, just have fun.
So do you keep standings too? Does you have like a win
all
loss?
that, like,
Man, that's pretty
conference
cool.
standings, all types of stuff. Like, yeah.
He's always at the bottom. Let's talk
False information, but that's okay. But yeah, like every year we'll just go through play through everybody, and then whoever wins the whole conference, and then we'll do the college playoffs, and then all
That's
season,
awesome.
and just repeat until we get tired of it and start a new one.
So is it
Why
like
do I have a feeling they don't get tired of it?
no? Well,
No.
and you
You're
got a lot of,
basically sleeping,
We're in-
and
we're in,
doing
like-
all
and right now you got a
football.
lot of time on your hands,
Yeah, we're in, like,
obviously.
20, 30
So
right
yeah.
Yeah.
So what do
Yeah.
you guys? I mean, do you pick a team and just stick with that team
Yeah,
throughout
we'll,
the thing?
We'll
Okay.
pick a team. Like, for example, we're in the Pac-12 right now. I'm Kansas State. Well, I just got a head coaching job to Oklahoma. So
Man, congratulations!
Nice.
Congratulations!
Yeah.
So they-
Making more money.
yeah, so they took the SEC team and put it in the Pac-12, and he's Boise State and he's Kansas. So,
Okay.
And then everybody just have their own team and then just develop.
And you'll
That's pretty
stay
cool.
with that team the whole time, or are you going to be switching around?
I'm going to stay with my team because
He's loyal.
I'm gonna stay with my team because I'm loyal, and also shout out Coach Walt Wells. That's my character name, so I want him to stay
okay.
EKU. I pretend Kansas EKU. We just go
Okay.
out there and dominate.
Building it up. Okay, I like that.
So yeah, you're not EKU on the game. You're like I'm doing.
But
that,
EKU
doing
is on
this.
the game, right?
It is
on the game.
So about that,
Isn't it?
we made a league with the whole UAC in it.
Okay.
Gabe chose EKU, used Coach Wells. We left that league because he made the program look terrible.
Oh,
like
man.
losing seasons.
Come
it was
on,
bad.
Gabe.
It was bad. Couldn't.
They're not lying, but they was cheesing. But I do love you, Coach Wells. I had your back.
All right. Well, let's talk about. So you have your own show, right? Gabbing with Gabe. Is
Yes,
that
sir.
correct?
Yeah, tell us.
So talk about
Yeah.
that. Where can people? Because you've got a personality. I mean, all three of you guys do, but you kind of stick out. Remember talking
You
to you
remember
last year?
I
Yeah,
kept
yeah,
saying,
yeah.
"Remember Gabe? You got to remember
Yeah,
Gabe."
you do talk about it all the time. Actually, you made an impact on her for sure.
You did.
But talk
still got
about
the
your.
picture of your phone?
You really talk more than most. You know, that
Yeah.
could be good or bad. What do you think? Is it good or bad?
It's a gift of curse.
He got his own
It's
show
a
now, so it's got to
Yeah.
be good. But talk about Gabbing with Gabe and kind of how that started and
Yeah.
what you do with it. Where can somebody go find
Is it
your show?
weekly on YouTube?
It was weekly during the spring semester. It's a internship with EKU Sports Media, and I go talk to each and every sport, different sports, and just try to bring out their personality so their fans can see who they really are.
Okay, kind of like what we're doing with you guys right now.
Right.
Yeah, just
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
And then we do like TikTok dance, or I ask them like silly, goofy questions, and they love it.
You probably go to what beach volleyball? The
I went there. That was my first video.
I'm not surprised.
do I
not
know
surprised.
him or do I know
we
him?
had 10K views.
10,000 views on it? I
Uh-huh.
can see that. I can
And
see
then
that, yeah.
Football had like 9. I averaged like somewhere around 8 or 7. But next semester we're gonna go up higher.
Get more? Okay.
I
Well,
will
you have
try.
to let us know when you do, and we can help push it out there for you and
For
find
That
you a
is
good
true,
audience.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or
yeah.
you could interview Michael and myself.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll
Oh,
talk
I
about
can do
what we
that.
do outside of the show.
Yeah, and it's on Instagram too.
We don't
Okay,
do
on the IG.
anything.
Which, I mean, and it's the thing, like, that's kind of the day and age where technology and things are going with. Where do you get your content from? TikTok and Instagram and all the reels that people make and things like that. That has become uber popular. So it's cool to
yeah.
see you kind of getting out there and doing that yourself. Back to football, though.
Yeah.
So with you guys being some of the older guys on campus, we've seen a lot of changes over the years. And you talked about how long you guys have been here, 3, 4, 5 years. Talk about some of the changes that you guys have seen, not only on campus things, but just the football team in general, and how excited it makes you for this upcoming season as more changes come in and you see these new faces and everything, and seeing what Coach Wells has really done with this program.
So I've been here since 2020, the COVID year. So it changed extremely a lot. Like, so the older guys, let's start with the older guys. So the older guys back then, they wouldn't like reach down and pick up on the younger guys. So we was like, we'll see what they're doing, but we're like, they're like big bro. They're not like actual friends. So like what we're doing, we're actually friends with these young cats. So we're trying to make them feel like equals, not like nobody's better than the next, man, or nobody's like that. Because we're all equal. We're all human. And then Coach Wells and Coach Brown, they've been like, I'm going to say back then they did the 1970s workout. We was just working out to work out. But now we're working out with a purpose, and we're like, I don't know how to explain it, but we're working out to get better. And it's showing, it's showing out right now. And I can say that back then we didn't have too many transfers. We kept a lot of people, but now people are graduating from his original class and all that. And he's doing a lot of things. Like in the spring, we was doing a lot of competition to bring camaraderie out. So we didn't do that back then. We just like competed to compete, and it ended in the summer.
Right now, when do you all start pushing the gator up the parking garage?
We did that last week.
Already?
It's not even a gator. It's an F-150. We backpedaling up the parking garage with it.
That sounds like fun. Sounds like fun.
Like week one, you're pushing that.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's okay though. We do it. Because if
you get some better, right?
If not who, then who? Dang, if not us, then who?
Yeah, I like that. Well, give the mic to Jeremiah.
Yeah.
Talk about some of the changes that you've seen.
To Brad.
We'll go to Brad too.
We got plenty of time.
Yeah. Talk about some of the changes that you've seen and like as the program and as you've been here.
Right. A lot, like a crazy amount, like especially like I say even going back to my freshman year when Coach Wells had his heart attack and all that.
Yeah.
Like seeing him change, like seeing
he's more easygoing now, right? I can't even get that out without laughing.
I know, it's hard not to laugh.
But a different way, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, like everything's changed. Like the way the culture's changed is crazy. Like Gabe said, like I'd probably say like it's like I wouldn't say we've always had a culture issue because we never did. It was just more of like it was a lot of little things in the holes that, you know what I'm saying, we couldn't really get fixed. And then like over the years, especially with last year's team, with how close everybody got together, like with the coaches, like how they forced us to be together, like forced us to get to know your teammates, get out here, do this, do that. Like put a little bug in your way. Why don't you go sit with him? Why you sitting with him every day? You sat with him the same day. I mean, sat with the same people the same day every day this week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like stuff like
Change
that.
it up some.
Yeah, like stuff like that. Like, and then like the older guys, like Gabe said, reaching down to the younger guys because Wells has an emphasis like we're as strong as our weakest link. So you never know what's gonna happen, who's gonna get hurt, or whose time is gonna be. So if somebody's not prepared, then we're not prepared. And so things like that, and like workouts have changed, schedules have changed. Like it's so much. We can talk for hours, like how much everything's changed, but it's changed in a good way.
Yeah.
And I feel like Coach Wells is taking the program in the right direction because I mean, if y'all didn't see, highest spring GPA.
Yeah,
so, I did see that.
I did. Yeah,
I did see that.
I've been flexing that for the past
You
week
need to, and you guys should be very proud of that.
Just saying,
it don't count because beach volleyball got a 3.5.
So you're going after them.
Yeah. Well, and you all too. I mean, you had that big winning streak toward the end of the year.
Yeah,
so
that's where I was going.
You could see that you were definitely there was a shift, and maybe it was a culture shift or whatever it might have been. But once you all kind of flipped that switch to end the season.
Right.
It just clicked, and when it clicked, you all just kept it rolling. Let's go over to Bradley, give the mic to him real quick before we go to our first commercial break. What do you think has been the biggest difference from the time you stepped on campus to where we are now?
The time I stepped on campus, I was a walk-on, so I was just lost, And then it's just like, I started getting older and realizing, it's just the team wasn't, we were together, but we wasn't together like we was now.
Yeah.
We love being around each other. We're on the game every day. We talk every day. Freshman year, I didn't really talk to nobody. I was just, just lost. I was scared a little bit, homesick a little bit. But, it's just the chemistry is getting better and better and better every year since I've been here, And last year was probably, like, the most fun I've ever had in college football. So, yeah.
Good deal.
See, I think that's impressive because it's work. What you guys do, it's work, it's dedication, and that you're actually having fun with it, which is probably why you're having such a successful year after year after year. It just keeps getting better.
Man.
Well, and you 2 playoff appearances in the last 3 years.
Right.
Maybe not cheated, but maybe kind of should have had a third 3 in a row type thing. You missed out just barely there. But there's been a lot of things that has kind of made the program special. And not only things on the field. You see what they've done inside the stadium with the naming rights and the light shows now, and the music's different. We're kind of, you could tell that the DKU football has kind of been ahead of the game in the FCS level as far as moving the program forward and pushing the right buttons. We'll talk to these guys more. Let's take our first commercial break.
I want y'all to be thinking about this. Like 2 years ago, it was about finish.
Yeah.
You had the shirts that always said finish, because that was the season that you lost right there in like the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You did that last year. You finished games, and it made a difference.
And finished the season
so
strong,
I want to
too.
know what's the goals, and we'll hear when we come back.
Let's talk about that. Don't go anywhere, folks. Lots more with 3 of the EKU defensive linemen. We'll talk to them more as we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond, or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Co-Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now still in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, continuing our conversation with Jeremiah Bailey, Bradley Gurley, and we've got Gabe Fletcher as well.
You're struggling with his name today.
Well, listen, I'm going on like 4 hours of sleep right now, so it's been a struggle. But these guys are having some fun with them talking about, and you had a question for me before we went to commercial break about, I think the theme was finish last year, or your all slogan. And you guys did that,
and
right,
you even
Samantha?
had the shirts with it that
said
finish. And we kept saying every week, what are we going to do different to finish, to get there? Because Coach Wells, every time he was on the show, would talk about it.
Yeah.
So what is the goal this year? You really reached that goal last year with the finishing in the fourth quarter, and you won a lot of games in the fourth quarter where you didn't the year before.
Comeback
what's
victories.
Happening?
Yeah. So is there do you have like a theme or a slogan you guys are kind of planting in the ground for this year?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So our theme, we also got a shirt too, is dominate.
Okay.
So basically, like how y'all said, like the year before, like we couldn't finish games and like we couldn't just finish the season basically. And then like last year we finished them, but like if you watch some of the games, like we were up a lot, let them come back. You know what I'm saying? We finished the game, but it was like too many like kind of sloppy wins and like sloppy play, like for Austin P to be example, like we're down 21-0 at halftime, things like that, a lot of mental errors and like little mistakes that we do everyday routine stuff. And so basically like we want to dominate is what we want to do and what Coach Wells wants to do, and that's basically from the first snap to the last, we suffocating people, getting a goose egg, because last year we didn't play our best game at all the whole season, and we were waiting on that, you know what I mean, because we know what we can do, we know what type of coaches we got, what players we got, and the type of team we have, and we know once we put it together, it's going to be crazy.
Do you know that now, though? I mean,
yeah.
you still got some new faces that you got to learn.
Right. I mean, I was having this conversation with one of the younger guys earlier. We just talking about like the amount of veterans we bringing back on the defense to be like Vito starter.
Yeah.
We got the young corner Rabbit. He's coming back. Rashad Hintz, he got hurt. He's coming back, so he's been in the system a year.
Cam Jr.'s back
Cam
too,
Jr.'s
right? Yeah.
back. Jaquez is back. Jaheim Ward's back. Like, we're getting a lot of faces that's coming back. You know what I mean?
And that's crazy to me because you lost a lot of staples. You know, you lost to Ryan Jackson.
Right. Yes.
Who was the other lineman that you guys lost?
Yeah.
So you lost guys that had been here for so long, but you bring back a ton as well. Mike Smith Jr., obviously, big name as well. I loved Mike, but
everybody loved Mike.
Those are veteran
it was
leaders.
That vertical jump he had.
And he got a little nice little chunk of change from the Cowboys, but those were like leaders. Who are stepping into those roles now? I'm assuming Vito's kind of, because Vito was a trash talker too. I think he's kind of stepped into that role, maybe where Mike was at. But so you guys kind of step up now
leaders,
and fill the role of Darian and Matt, right?
I was about to say, Ryan? Yeah, pretty much us. I mean, like, we're the oldest ones that's been here, so you know we got to be that voice in the room and for the defense right now. Yeah, I say it's us. You got Frank Lee, Jaheim Ward, Colin Robinson, Braden Sullivan. Like, it's the beauty of it is, like, when you lose leaders like that, you always get twice as many that try to step up.
Yeah.
So you want a lot of Chiefs and more Indians, but at the same time, like, it's a beautiful thing because you have more people that are forced into positions and you have more people that are, like, right at the edge of that position, and you just get to watch people, like, grow into that position. You know what I mean? Like, people that weren't really a leader last year, but they were an impact player to us, you know what I mean? And now they're in that role where it's like, we need you to do both now. We need you to be more vocal. We need you to step up and be that guy that's get people going and get out to know your teammates. And that's the fun part about it for me, especially because it's now, like, even talking to Ryan, because he's a QC now, he's like, you used to think it was crazy that I used to know everybody on the team, where they were from, this and the third. And it was like, but you don't understand how much, like, one, that means to them that you know and care about them, and then two, like, that's your teammates. So at the end of the day, the more you know about them, the more they'll be willing to put on the line for you when it's game on the line. And, you know what I'm saying, you need each other the most.
Yeah. You know what I was just thinking? One of the goals could be you win at home. Okay, so we got to keep winning at home again.
6-0 last year.
Yep. So guess what? Let's win on the road.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you're going back to Utah.
Right.
You know, you got to win. It's a different Utah, though. It's Utah
State.
This year.
We went to them 2 years ago and beat
them.
Yeah.
I was there.
Yeah, I want to ask Bradley a question because you said something before we went to commercial break that kind of stuck out to me. You talked about being homesick as a young kid and kind of not knowing anybody, kind of being more reserved. Yeah. But now as a leader, you're stepping into that role. What can you do to kind of make some of the younger guys now, or maybe some of the newer faces that might feel homesick or might feel maybe out of place, to kind of help them feel more comfortable? What can you guys do to kind of make that an easier transition for them?
Just kind of just talking with them, you know, because we've been through it.
Yeah.
You know, we're going on our 4th year, 5th year here, you know, like, we know what it be, you know, we know what you're going through, you know, just talk to you, you know, play the game with you, just you know, just be there for you, you know, because we all know, so, yeah.
Well, it sounds like they need to play against Gabe, get a couple wins under their belt. They'll feel more confident on the game, right?
Yeah.
He didn't beat me. He
didn't.
But
he's not going to let it go either. He remembers.
And I think
you need a chart.
Yeah, we should get like a standings list whenever we bring these guys over here.
Most definitely, it's 3-3 between me and him. I don't remember that, but I just know I'm probably down by it.
Well. Who is, you know, and Samantha, you and I talk about this every year. We ask all the players, like, is there somebody that fans are going to be excited about? And whether it may be a transfer or a younger guy that's coming in, is there one name that you guys are looking forward to seeing out there on the field? And maybe it's somebody that's been around but haven't really had an opportunity yet. Gabe, you got one?
You know who I can't wait to see this year? Braden Latham.
Oh,
I feel like he's going to have a phenomenal year.
Yeah, running back, right?
Yeah, number 14. Yeah, number 14. Yeah, he's going to have a phenomenal year. I go do after practice work sometimes, and I'll be working with him, and I just want to say that boy's a dog.
Well, and that running back room, it has been so deep the last few years. You know, you look at what Braden Sloan did with Carter as his kind of secondary option. Yeah. Last year you had Carter with Latham. And
we're going to miss him.
Who's the other guy that was behind, the speedy guy that's still here?
Tilly?
The return man, the return guy.
J-Mont.
Yeah, Montgomery. Yeah. So and then Brady Hensley's coming up. You got a lot of options there in that running back.
Brady Hensley's pretty good too.
Yeah.
West.
Yeah, Jaden West is a wide receiver, but yeah, I mean, there's.
I'm just thinking who else
some of the
was.
guys, yeah.
He's the big one. He's like kind of like
Brady's well, we got to cover Brady in high school. We got to cover
West
Brady in
and
high
Brady,
school. Yeah,
they're both from Madison Central.
Yeah, so
we followed them, since middle school.
But Latham, I think, and he showed flashes last year. He was kind of that lightning to the thunder of Carter.
Yeah.
So will he kind of be? He'll obviously kind of step into more of a power or maybe a more predominant role as the running back with Jalen, maybe Brady mixing in some.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think he's going to be the. I think he's going to be RB1, but then they got those people to be Thunder, Lightning, so they all bounce off each other. But I think for the third down running back, you got to go with Braden Latham because what he was doing in spring, we do this one drill, and I'm not gonna lie, it takes 3 people to take him down.
Yeah,
and I was one of those people, and it was kind of hard at one point, but I still knock him down by myself. He knows that. You know that.
Who else? You all tell us who you think. We'll steal the
it could be an
mic from
offensive
Gabe.
guy. It could be an offensive guy.
I'll probably say Antonio Gaines.
Okay.
Antonio Gaines.
You got to come up with somebody new.
He's
offensive lineman.
guard,
yeah. And there's a lot of guys. You lost a lot in that spot too.
Junior. Tone's with us. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's in
I
our
was
grade.
thinking a sophomore, but okay.
Yeah. Tone's in our grade.
Yeah.
So he's a junior.
I'm very interested to see what he does. I'm happy for him. I'm just
When you
excited.
got to replace 3 or 4 starting offensive linemen, right? With Peyton and then the other guy that's signed in the UFL.
Vinny.
Yeah. So there's a couple other guys that you got a lot of pieces on both sides of the line that you guys are going to have to kind of fill in for. You got one, Jeremiah, that you're excited to see out there this year?
I got a few. First, the whole defense.
Okay.
The whole defense for sure. I feel like all of us got a point to prove, like especially me, myself, and I know Gabe does, Gurley does. Like I know everybody does got a point to prove this year. Offensively, I like Antonio Gaines. I like Anthony Johns as well. He's been waiting his turn, and I feel like if he gets this shot, he's going to definitely surprise. Receiving room, I still like Marcus Calwise. I like Ron Van. I feel like if he stays healthy, he can do what he needs to do. And I want to see either one of the quarterbacks. I want to see him.
Whoever gets that starting job.
Whoever gets the starting job, step into the role, lead the team, and get the ship rolling.
It's like last year where we
went
right up to the end.
Yeah. And now Cam switched over to play wide receiver too. And I feel like that wide receiver room is very interesting because it seems like there's a lot of options. There's some taller guys, there's some faster guys, there's more possession receivers, there's more deep options. So just what does Coach Wells do with all those different options? Who do you put out there? Because I know last year injuries were a problem for the wide receivers because you didn't know who was going to be available a lot of the time with that wide receiver room. Got any more questions before we let them go? There's a lot of things you want to ask them, but go ahead.
I got fun questions
to
ask. All right. I know you guys have all got the nicknames, so tell us your nicknames, and then I need to know some other fun nicknames. And who's coming next week that we can be
yeah.
We got to get their nicknames.
Gabe, tell them your real nickname. I said Big Baby earlier.
Coming.
I was just giving you a hard time. But Doomsday?
Not Baby.
Yeah, my nickname is Doomsday.
Okay. Now, is that self-proclaimed? It is. Okay, thank you, Bradley.
At first, it was self-proclaimed, but then it got manifested, and everybody calls me. They don't call me that, but they call me when we in football, like with the pads on. And they call him B-O-N, and they call him Furley.
B-O-N, they call him that?
Yeah.
So like WBON. That's what we got. That's what so that's what you named after us, man. Why is it because he's on TV? Is he's just a highlight? Is that why they call him that?
Yeah, he's
okay. We'll go with that.
Okay, highlight reel. He's a highlight reel.
Yeah, literally big everywhere.
Okay.
And what did you say? Oh, yeah, that one is going to be a good one. He called Tom.
We call him Furley.
Okay. So there's a reason behind.
I was gonna say we got to hit the store. We got to hit the store.
So like, I bought my PlayStation 5 about a year ago.
Okay. On sale because I can't find one on sale now.
Really it's fuzzy. It was actually furry, but so
the PS5 was fun?
I bought a PS5 and Call of Duty. It takes your old account from your PS4, and that's where. But the goal was supposed to be a Fury Thief or something like that. I forgot what it was, but it said furry.
Okay.
And they caught on to it, and I couldn't change it fast enough. So the name just stuck.
Oh, man.
So Snurly, Furly, anything you can think of.
Yeah.
So you got the nickname.
Yeah.
So now you have a bunch of nicknames.
Just a bunch, whatever they feel like.
Yeah. So what's some of the? Okay, you've only been doing this 2 weeks, you know. So what's some of the nicknames of the newbies?
Yeah, you guys hand some out.
We ain't came up with a nickname just yet.
No.
But here's really soon. Well, Davion D-Lo said, Lil City said. I said Lil City said, but I really don't know anyway. Yeah.
Well, I want to ask Gabe about the graduation thing. Because you got to walk a couple of weeks ago during graduation.
The dance.
And not only did you walk, you did the splits.
The split.
So talk about that. And first of all, how did that come to your mind to do that? And have you recovered yet? Because that was just seeing that hurt me. So.
Oh yeah. Go on, and then I'm going to ask another.
Okay. So I was doing a hop for my fraternity, and we do like different marches and stuff. And at the end, if you want to, you just throw up the hooks, or you do a split if you're kind of cool. So I was doing my little thing, and I felt like it was trash at first, so I had to hit the split. So I got up, hit the splits. It did hurt.
Did you practice that?
Oh, I practiced it, but I did completely different from my practice.
Okay.
I completely messed up the play.
You didn't rip your pants open.
Nah.
No, thank
I made sure
goodness.
they was loose. So
Yeah.
I could
Loose.
get into
Loose.
it. And then,
So what did you graduate in? Like, what was your degree?
I graduated with general studies, but I got it was supposed to be animal studies, but football kind of interfered with the schedule, so I moved to broadcasting media.
Okay. We know some people want to do that.
Yeah, and that's what I've been striving in it because I've been in it for like 2 years now, and I'm going to take more classes so I can graduate next year.
Mr. Professor Randolph and Cogdill maybe for some classes and things like that, right?
Yeah, I got Dr. H. I don't know her full name because I call her Dr. H.
Okay, yeah.
But
Do you get in trouble in class?
No, all my teachers love me. Like they always say, they love
teachers. They love
they love the way I just interact, interact.
We got to get that fixed before we put you on the air, though.
I was going to say, you talk so fast.
Yeah, they like how I interact with the class because everybody just be quiet
and you talk.
Yeah,
you raise your hand.
You can't be quiet and be in broadcasting. I feel like you just got to have some personality.
I do editing too.
Okay,
so that was my editing class. They was all quiet, man.
Did we get a cooking story from you last year?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the one that cooked the chicken. That wasn't cooked all the way.
What can't Gabe do? I guess is a better question.
I remember that.
Yes, ma'am. I cooked the chicken, but now, thank you to TikTok, right?
He never cooked the chicken. It was still alive.
It was alive.
Oh, wow.
Do you remember that? I remember that.
I don't remember that story.
You're right. You call it Gabe's chicken. So I've been in the lab. Thank you, TikTok, and my food is good. He eats my food now.
No, I don't.
Are you guys roommates?
You're lying.
Are you guys roommates?
We live up the street from each other.
Okay.
Oh, we live up the street from each other, and
Gotcha.
he's gonna move in the neighborhood now.
All right, well, good deal.
He's gonna try the food. I'm gonna cook for everybody. Everybody's gonna eat the food.
All right, I got another fun question. What I need to know is you guys have a lot of siblings, each of you.
Yeah.
Boys, girls, sisters, brothers. It's crazy. When I was reading your all's bios today, and how many you're one of 6, one of 7.
I'm one of 7.
Gabe,
I'm one of 6.
5, so I make 6.
Okay, you make 6.
Yeah, I make 6.
Okay.
I'm the
You make
youngest.
6.
Man.
Yeah, I'm the youngest.
so tell me about you had to play football with your brothers, and probably tried to tackle your sisters.
So my family situation was different. So my sisters are from a different mom, so they grew up in Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Okay.
And then one of my brothers also is a different mom, so he grew up in San Antonio, Texas.
Okay.
And then I had my brother, who's my full blood brother, and then my other brother stayed in that Hermitage. And so basically, none of my siblings played sports.
Wow.
My dad only wrestled for a year in high school, and my mom didn't do nothing. So we don't know where our athletic ability came from, but it's here, thank God.
It is here.
And so basically, I grew up playing basketball and baseball, but I always wanted to play football. My mom wouldn't let me play. And then my brother always played basketball, but he was always bigger than me. So like I would always push him to play football because he was old enough.
Yeah.
And so he finally got into it around middle school, and then like that was kind of like match made in heaven because that's when I started like. After that, and like little elementary school or something like that, I like went straight football, like no other sports.
No, okay.
And so like me and him used to train together, work out together all the time. His friends, and he was older than me, so I was younger. I was working out with like high schoolers and college people, so I always had kind of like a little upper hand, like on knowledge and stuff like that.
That's cool. All right, Gabe, tell us your story.
I'm the oldest, so
Okay.
So you beat up on your younger siblings.
Yes, actually I do. Like, we wrestle. Like, I like playing with them. I love all my siblings, but for most of my life, because my dad lived in Florida, and my mom didn't have a kid until I was 10, so I was a single kid for most of the time. So
wow,
when I grew up, I didn't want to play football because it was hitting too hard, and I came back around high school, so I came back because
now you're doing the hit.
Yeah, I do the hitting. Yeah,
yeah.
I don't want to be hit. I want to hit everybody. Yeah, and.
That does make sense, though, if you think about it.
But I set a good standard for all my siblings because when I was younger, I told them when I was a kid, I said, we're going to compete to see who's the best Fletcher. So I'm setting the standard right now.
Fletcher games.
Yeah,
my little brother. Cool. That's a good name.
My little brother, he just entered college, and then 2 of my little brothers just entered high school, and one of them is going into a sophomore high school. And so we're just going to see who's the best because my dad was a state champion.
So all brothers, right?
Oh, I got 2 girls, but they're like 5 and 6.
Okay.
They're girls.
So do the boys play football?
Yeah, they all play football and wrestle.
Wow.
Did you wrestle too?
Yes, sir. I came top 4 in the state.
Well, good deal. So you're just an athlete then.
And, he's got a whole family of athletes.
Yeah,
remember, he's the Tennessee State.
Tennessee State.
Mom played 2 sports, right?
Yes,
Dad played. Yeah, she was what? Volleyball and track. That's probably how your mom and dad met, right?
Yes, ma'am. I think
because
so.
They
I don't
both
know.
Were in track.
Yeah, because my dad played football and track
Read
too.
your bio.
I don't know how they met, but they both played sports.
I guarantee you
my
they
grandma,
were in track together in
my
college.
Uncles, cousins.
Yes,
so everybody just a big family tree
You're
of athletes.
You're the only one that didn't go to Tennessee State.
Yeah, but it's because Eastern's better.
Yeah. You're right.
Well, Bradley, before we let you guys go, tell us a little bit about your family tree and all the siblings you've got.
I'm the 3rd oldest out of 7. My older sister, she played basketball, Pee Wee and all through, And then it goes to my other brother. He played basketball, but he don't really play that much. He just goes to school, goes to college, and all that stuff. And then there's me. I played football, baseball, and basketball.
Okay.
Wow.
At Bowling Green High School, right?
I didn't play baseball at at Bowling Green. I played baseball in Pee Wee and then stopped playing.
Gotcha.
And then there's my younger brother. He committed to Georgetown. And then my other siblings, they don't really play sports like that. Okay. It's just me.
And then tell us, do you remember what else you said in your bio that you like to do?
Fishing.
Yeah.
Ah, okay. You ever hit up Lake Reeb and go fishing? Was you out there last year at the
cookout?
Don't take
game because you won't catch anything
I
with
fish
Gabe.
back at home in Bowling Green with my dad.
I got you. Got you.
Don't take Gabe.
Well,
Don't
guys,
talk too much.
Listen, we really appreciate you guys coming over.
Yes.
Always fun talking to you. A lot of personality with these guys, especially
and
that one in
stay
the
away
middle.
from the cicadas. I'm sure they're attacking you.
Yeah. Well, listen.
They attacked me on the way in today.
You had one on your. They pointed out you had one on your shirt
Gabe
when you
was like,
came in.
You got one on your shirt. Yeah.
Well, this is Jeremiah Bailey, Gabe Fletcher, and Bradley Gurley. You can watch them on Saturdays do their thing this year for EKU football. Tickets are on sale now. And listen, we are right around the corner. Football will be here before you know it. So get ready to cheer on the Colonels this year and cheer on these guys out there
so next
at
week
RKS.
Is the O-line.
Yeah, we got the offensive lineman guys coming in next week, so we'll talk to them. And we'll be doing this pretty much till the start of football season, up until we get ready to kind of get things
here
going.
Next week, you can have Gabe come in.
Yeah, but you be call us next week if you want to. Yeah, yeah.
I'm on
up.
vacation.
Yeah, she get every other week is a vacation for her. So just be prepared. We'll have you on call to help me out this year. All right, we'll step aside for another commercial break. When we come back, some big news breaking. We have yet to confirm, but we know that a coach in the county has stepped down. We'll talk about that when we come back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no further than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Welcome back into the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins, and Samantha, some news breaking late this afternoon and have been unable to confirm, but from what I've been told, Mark Pemberton, who was hired about a month or so ago as the new head coach at Madison Southern, for the football team, has stepped down, has resigned. He was coming up from Tennessee, making that transition from being a really good coach at the high school level there. And from what I was told, again, I've reached out to Southern Athletics, have yet to be able to confirm this, but was told late this afternoon that Pemberton has stepped down, and now after going through the spring practice and everything, that position now back open with the season, 2 months away, essentially.
Yeah, I'll be anxious to see, A, if this rumor is true, but B, why?
Yeah.
You know, you've done your season. I hope everything's okay.
Yeah.
You hope it's not something back at home that, requires him to stay there.
Yeah, so, but I mean, and they were very excited about, and there were some local guys too that were kind of looking at that job, but Coach Pemberton was a really good coach again in Tennessee, but now again he will step down, or that's the rumor. Again, not able to confirm that yet.
We're
but
spreading rumors.
after going
You're
through,
spreading rumors.
Well, and listen, and I understand, it's. And it's a weird situation. And again, why did he step down, if that is true? So we'll see what the case is exactly. But what we have been told is that Coach Pemberton has stepped down as the head football coach over at Madison Southern. And if that is the case, there will have to be a scramble to try to get a new guy in there and get this thing going, because they've got a lot of excitement over there for the season coming up. So,
but guess what? We do have one new head coach.
We do have one new head coach,
EKU baseball.
EKU baseball. We got a girls basketball coach over at Madison Southern as well.
Too.
But, the new baseball coach, Gene Weisberg, the new EKU head baseball coach, Coach Jones, they let kind of parted ways with the program after the season this past year. Very disappointing year for EKU baseball. And Coach Weisberg has had a legendary coaching career at college athletics.
When you read the interview, talking from the athletic director, was talking about how successful he has been at every level that he has either competed in or coached or whatever. But remember the story of Birmingham Southern?
Yeah, yeah.
Last year when they decided, okay, we're going to close this university down after, I wrote it down because I knew I wouldn't remember, 168 years
of operation
of this university. The baseball team was an underdog. I think they were a 7 seed, and they ended up making their way through the tournament, the baseball tournament, making it to the regional.
Yeah.
And they were like the underdog, and everybody was cheering for them just because you're now playing and the university is closed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're the only thing left.
Which is very interesting when you look at it that way. But
Birmingham Southern. And I did not even put the two together.
Yeah.
But then when I read that story, I was like, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I remember that. It made national headlines.
Well, I said it was Gene Weisberg. It's Jan Weisberg.
Jan.
595 wins as a college head coach, 9 NCAA regionals, 3 NCAA super regionals. He's been to the College World Series twice and has had 15 All-Americans, 5 academic All-Americans, and 4 Major League Baseball draft picks.
Got his record.
Yeah, just that to me says that he can coach and he can recruit and he can develop. Yeah. And you pointed it out there. 595 wins to 253 losses. So
in
a very
19 seasons.
Yes, yeah. So he's very he's a very good coach and he's very experienced. And I think that's. And with the program in the shape that it's in right now, they're going on their 3rd head coach in 3 years now. You want to try to bring some stability and experience to get the program back on track.
Yeah, and I think this is some new blood, some exciting blood. I'm anxious to see how it goes.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hoping that we're going to get to interview him because I really want to get to know him. You know, we had so many meetings and interviews with Coach Prothro over the years, and it was always fun. I never officially got to meet this
Coach
head
Jones.
coach.
Yeah.
So missed that, but obviously things didn't work out.
Well, and Coach Jones, I think, was kind of thrown into a hard position because, you know, these players that came into the program came in to play for Coach Prothro.
Yeah.
So Coach Jones stepping in there and taking over the position. And a lot of question marks with Coach, Prothro stepping down and with the illness that he had. But now we're trying to get the program back on track. Jan Weisberg, now the new head baseball coach at EKU.
And I also wrote this down. He's been the Alabama Coach of the Year 4 times.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's interesting. And that just
I can't believe that wasn't on your thing.
Well, and
like,
that's
wow.
that's a big deal, too.
That's
but, again,
big.
it just shows that he can recruit, he can develop, and he can win. That'll be very important with this EKU baseball
Well,
team.
and you've got such a beautiful baseball stadium up
Yeah.
there. Fairly
Yes.
new for us, you
Yeah.
know. It's what, 3 years old, 4, 5? Maybe older than I
the
think.
updates have been the
They keep
updates are
updating
relatively new. Yeah, I mean
exactly.
And Turkey Hughes Field. I mean, it's a nice stadium. If you've never and there's not a bad seat in the house. See, that's where they just had districts of baseball and softball over there at EKU. So a great place to host, and you can tell that Connor Cook is for one that loves that field. That kid had a great tournament, but just seeing what they have done to kind of, and I think looking at all the new updates to stadiums and arenas.
Right.
We saw what Baptist Health Arena, the renovations there last year finally being unveiled. You've seen what they've done to the football stadium and the baseball and softball stadiums as well. Man, all the places, the venues at EKU, the sports complexes are top of the line now. And if you've never been to a game at any of them, you're truly, truly missing out.
Yeah, it's exciting, and they're not even done with the Coliseum, right?
Yeah.
They're getting ready to move into phase 2, so or maybe 3 or 4.
We
It's a phase 2 for us, but for them
to finish it up,
probably 4 or 5 phases.
We talked about for EKU baseball having their 3rd head coach in as many years. Well, Madison Southern girls basketball will have their 3rd coach in as many years, as Juan Byers was named as the head coach 4 days ago, stepping in and immediately having to kind of step in and do their basketball camp over there. But Coach Byers, another experienced head coach.
Right.
He comes in, take over a program where Josh Curtis had really built this program up. Last year, he stepped down very late in the year and actually went through summer ball, and very early on in the school year had stepped down. Kent Miller, who was an assistant coach under Coach Curtis, another experienced head coach, took over the role last season, filling in as an interim coach, and now Coach Byers hired 4 days ago as the head girls basketball coach at Madison Southern, and they will enter next season with a lot of expectations. They bring back basically everybody from last year's team.
Not
and a
Nobby.
team, no, the girls basketball. Girls basketball.
Sorry.
They bring back a lot from last year's team.
Because I was sitting here thinking, no, they don't.
Yeah.
I was like, but okay.
But last year was disappointing. I mean, a lot of, kind of a roller coaster season, lost some games they probably shouldn't have lost, and then obviously losing in the first round of the district tournament to Madison Central, who lost in the regional championship game. But you would expect this team, especially under Coach Byers, who's kind of a fiery head coach, you would think that they will kind of get this program back to where it needs to be and where it should be. Exciting to see where this program goes in the years to come.
True. And now that I've actually realized that we are talking girls, I'm anxious to see if
Hadley.
Summer.
Oh, Summer back on this bench, yeah.
Is back on the
well,
bench.
and that was one of the things that Coach Curtis had done. Summer Simmons was a former head coach in the
Right.
district.
And then,
the former
was
coach
assistant last year.
Yes, yeah, and then former coach from Model was on the bench as well with them, and then you had Kent Miller, who was a coach. He had coached a lot of different sports, boys and girls.
Right.
So he was on as assistant coach as well. So very interested and excited to see where this program goes, especially next season. When Frederick Douglass will come in as maybe the favorite, but Madison Southern will be very, very good as well with Hadley French coming back from the injury and being fully healthy. Lacey Sandlin another year under her belt, and all of the underclassmen that they will bring back. It'll be an exciting year next year
Frederick
for
Douglass
Madison Southern.
They lost their point guard.
Yeah, but they got everything. They got everything else coming back.
I'm just trying to be a positive.
Well, let's step aside for our final commercial break of the show. When we come back, we'll talk some more EKU basketball news as the transfer portal, Samantha, Coach A.W. Hamilton, Coach Greg Todd. They've done a really good job of navigating that. We've got a lot of players to look at when we come back, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
Are you looking for a brand new SUV that won't break the bank? Look no farther than Jack Burford Chevrolet, home of the newly redesigned 2024 Trax. Bigger, bolder, more refined, and starting under $25,000, the new Chevy Trax is really upped its game. Come see us at Jack Burford Chevrolet in Richmond or check us out at jackburford.com to see everything this new Trax has to offer.
Who makes the best meal in Richmond? Nuevo Vallarta. Friendly service, a place that's good for kids and good for groups. Head to Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond. Nuevo Vallarta is known for warm hospitality, great prices, great food, and the best fajitas in town. Start with an appetizer, order a la carte, or choose from their huge menu of Mexican favorites for grown-ups and kids. Nuevo Vallarta on Big Hill Avenue in Richmond.
We would like to invite you to join our family at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Outdoor Power has become a family tradition, with 3 generations here bringing you years of experience. We will help you find the best selection of outdoor power equipment from Code Cadet, Grasshopper, DeWalt, Makita, Echo, Shindawa, and now Steel in our Georgetown store. Or bring your equipment into our service department. We will keep it running for years to come. And as with all families, we have to keep Mama happy. So come on in and see us at Bishop's Small Engine Repair in Richmond and in Georgetown.
Patrick O'Neill has been serving Central and Eastern Kentucky since 1995. When someone is accused of something they didn't do, or when a good person makes a mistake, they need the best representation they can find. And that's Patrick O'Neill. Whether it's criminal defense, Social Security, disability, personal injury, workers' compensation, or deeds and wills, when you need legal advice, trust the expertise of Patrick O'Neill. He will get you the money you deserve. His office is located in Jackson, but Patrick practices all over Central and Eastern Kentucky. For more information or for a free consultation, call 606-666-2990.
Back here on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show, Samantha Burford, Michael Watkins here with you. And Samantha, I'll tell you what, I am so glad that there's no rain today. We've had so much rain over ever since March, really.
Today is actually perfect.
It
There was
is.
no humidity. It was sunny.
The weekend was nice,
80.
too. The weekend
But
was
look,
nice, too.
Look out there.
Yeah.
The only thing that's bad are these cicadas.
Cicadas, yeah. We both had stories. You actually walked in with one on you today. I
Yeah.
had one on my neck earlier this morning that the kids pointed out.
It's disgusting. I played golf yesterday. First time I've played in a very long time.
Really? How'd you do?
I've been taking a ladies' clinic.
Okay.
So it's every Tuesday. I'm really
Where you playing at
enjoying
Gibson
it.
Bay or Arlington?
I
or-
played at Arlington.
Okay.
So only 9 holes, and we did a scramble. So that was good. 'cause
What'd you shoot? What'd you shoot?
Oh, we did a scramble, so I
okay,
really
okay,
didn't.
okay.
And
Yeah.
I was saying I'm not keeping score. I haven't played since college.
I have not played. So what? That's 40 years, right? Since college.
No.
Guys, I like giving you a hard time, but I haven't played in probably 13 years. I've not stepped
Yeah.
on the golf course and actually played golf. So I'm too competitive and I'm not good at it.
Yeah.
So that's like I don't even.
You
want
need to go see Scott up there at Gibson Bay.
Yeah, well,
Him or Jason.
I don't know if they could even help me. My swing would be so bad.
They
but-
did. They helped me. John took a lesson
Okay.
from Scott, and it's all about the grip.
Yeah. I can't that's the thing. I kind of it just feels weird holding the
Yeah.
club. I don't know how to describe it, but Yeah.
Well, then you're holding it wrong.
Probably.
Sure.
Probably. I'm not saying. I have no idea what I'm doing out there. But let's talk about some basketball. So we are in the time. We're getting closer, and now we're seeing athletes come back on campus with graduation now a couple of weeks out. The portal has been so big,
and the
You
transfers.
got to give credit.
Incredible.
A.W. Hamilton has had a lot of success in the transfer portal,
and he has been working.
Yes, this year especially because they lost so many players. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And I didn't realize it. When you say it, but until you see it,
the list,
and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 just for now.
For men's basketball, right?
For men's.
Yeah.
Man, that wasn't even women's.
Yeah, and I know they're bringing back Turner Buttrey and Jackson Holt. There'll be a couple other guys and I know Robbie Todd actually transferred to U-Pike. That's Coach Greg Todd's son, former Madison Central basketball player. Saw that he had committed to U-Pike, which is good there because I think it's a really good fit for Robbie. He's a good athlete, more of like a stretch.
But he probably wants some more playing time.
Yes, yeah.
I don't blame him.
Yeah, and I think he will be good at U-Pike.
Yeah, I do too. It might be a better fit.
As far as some of the guys that are coming in, it looks like Coach Hamilton's done a good job, and he's and when you bring in guys from the transfer portal, it's a big deal because you want them to fit your system. I mean, you could bring in talented guys all you want to, but if they don't fit your system, then it's not a good fit. Last year, some of the guys they brought in, and you can see they had that long winning streak during conference play with, Myar Wall and George Kimball III, and those guys leaving after a year, they're right back in the portal going somewhere else. So you got to go out there and find guys to come back in. And Coach Hamilton doing a great job of bringing in some new faces. Quickly run down that list for us real quick.
Well, you got, if I say them all right, Asa White. Is that how you say that?
Yeah, we'll say Asa.
Austin Ball, MJ Williams, Jalen Cooper, Tyler Jackson, Amar Knox, Juan Crawford.
Juan Cranford Jr.
Cranford, that's an N. Yeah, I mean, get on EKUsports.com. Read about all these guys. I mean, you've got some 4-star high school point guards coming out. You got a guy that was an first-team All-Southwestern Athletic Conference pick. I mean, and to read the comments that A.W. Hamilton says about them all.
I'm trying to think. There was one kid, I think it might have been Jackson, who hit a game-winning shot in the there's one player that we've got coming in, it's a guard, that hit a game-winning shot in the NCAA tournament game. This past year.
Yeah. Oh, I wish I could find it.
I can't read your handwriting.
This guy, Austin Ball.
Okay.
He made a shot. I think maybe it was him. Maybe not. Anyway, I'll find it.
Let's see here. Is it Asa White? I don't know. Your handwriting is worse than mine, Burford. What's the deal?
I was in a hurry writing all this. And I write it down so that I'll, can look it up, but I write so much.
Here we go. His layup gave the first round in the NCAA. So it's Amari Knox.
Amar Knox.
Amar Knox.
Amarr.
Yeah, so Amar Knox.
We'll have to learn how to say him once basketball season.
But that's the one that hit the game-winning shot in the NCAA tournament game for Alabama State. And he's a player. And he brought a lot of guards in. And I think when you look at their team last year, the length and the shooting were very important for that team, especially during that run when they made, Myra Wall, Jackson Holt, Turner Buttrey, George Kimball III. You had the senior the experience in some of the guys there. But
here's who I'm excited about.
Juan Cranford.
Yeah. Rookie of the year and the tournament MVP.
The one Cooper's the one that I look for.
Okay.
Just the picture of him, he looks like a linebacker.
Is he the one that's squishing the ball?
Squishing the basketball, yes. Yeah. So he looks like somebody that could just be a force to be reckoned with inside.
Fearless.
So it's good to see some of these these guys.
I'm looking forward to getting to know
exactly.
Because I can read about them all I want.
And looking at them, they look like, again, we've not seen them play basketball yet, but they look like they will fit the system that AW wants to play out there.
Yeah.
That'll be very important.
I'm excited. Hopefully we get to interview them the way we get to do the football team.
That'll be something we need to bring up to them.
Absolutely.
Folks, we really appreciate you hanging out with us again tonight on the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show. Appreciate the EKU defensive lineman for coming over. It's a busy time, so be sure to check back in next Monday. We'll have more EKU football players coming on. We continue this series as we go forward throughout the summer. The offensive line will join us, and we'll have so much fun every single week. Might be Gabe Fletcher hanging out with us again, too. We'll see if I can find me a co-host for next week. But do not miss an episode of the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show as we go forward. For our producer, Copeland Peterson, she is Samantha Burford. I'm Michael Watkins. We'll see you next time. Don't go anywhere, folks. A lot more fun stuff coming up on WBON TV 9 as well. So keep it right here. And thanks for watching the Jack Burford Chevrolet Sports Show.
It's time for the best coverage of the top stories in sports. The Sports Wrap with Jason Page starts now.
Indeed, on a Friday. Great to have you with us all across America and Canada and wherever else you may be watching around the world.